Hundreds of protesters today at the Capitol. They held signs demanding lawmakers pass Medicaid expansion bill. Missouri is one of about 20 states that didn't sign on to the Medicaid expansion that was part of the Affordable Care Act. ABC 17's Dan Messinio is live in Jefferson City. And Dan, protesters were actually blocking traffic.
Yeah, Daniel, this was the intersection that they were blocking. They were walking all around this area. Now, all the drivers that were coming through here were not too happy, but these protesters say they were doing it to get their point across. They want lawmakers to expand Medicaid, and they want them to do it this session.
Now! Medicaid!
Hundreds of protesters took to the streets and the halls of the Capitol today. The Missouri Medicaid Coalition says it is a call to action demanding legislators expand Medicaid. House Minority Leader Jake Hummel from St. Louis filed a bill back in February that would expand Medicaid, but the bill hasn't made it to the House floor.
We're talking about the people that are the most vulnerable members of our society. And perhaps the GOP should change their initials to the COP and be the cruel old party. But I certainly don't think that the right way forward for the state is to hurt those of us that are the most vulnerable.
Hummel is referring to those people who make too much money from Medicaid, but not enough to get subsidies from the Affordable Care Act. Protesters say they want lawmakers to cover the people that fall into that gap. To get their point to legislators, they blocked traffic and marched around downtown Jefferson City. Most Republican lawmakers say Medicaid expansion will not happen because the state can't afford it. They agree the current system isn't working, but call for Medicaid reform, not expansion.
They have a right to come to the Capitol and speak their piece.
Do you think anything related to Medicaid expansion or reform can come up in
I think we're going to take a look at some reform.
Can you say specifically?
That's part of what we're working on as part of the second half agenda.
A Medicaid bill failed to make it through the state legislature in 2013 and 2014. The protesters tell me today they are hopeful that it will make it through this session. Reporting live in Jefferson City, Dan Messinio, ABC 17 News.
Thank you, Dan. The Missouri Medicaid Coalition says it will continue to push lawmakers to expand Medicaid.